Have you ever noticed people who seem unshakable? People who, no matter what life throws at them, remain calm, composed, and resilient? You may wonder, what is their secret? How do they manage to stand tall while the world seems to crumble around them? The truth is simple, yet often ignored. Mental strength is not born in comfort. It is forged in pain. It is nurtured in moments that challenge your patience, test your courage, and demand your endurance. Every failure, every loss, every heartbreak, every moment of struggle is shaping you, whether you see it or not. Pain is not a punishment, it is a teacher. Every hardship carries a message. Every challenge is an opportunity to grow, to reflect, and to become stronger. And yet, most people run from pain. They seek comfort, distractions, or temporary relief, hoping that the storms of life will bypass them. But here's the reality. Without facing pain, your mental strength remains fragile, untested, and shallow. If you want to be truly strong mentally, emotionally, and spiritually, you must embrace one undeniable truth. You cannot be mentally strong without experiencing pain. Today, we're addressing a problem that silently affects millions. The desire to be mentally strong without ever facing pain. Many dream of courage, resilience, and inner strength, yet they avoid discomfort, challenges, and adversity. They hope that life will be smooth, that success will come without effort, that they will grow without struggle. But mental strength cannot be built in a vacuum. It cannot flourish in ease or comfort. Strength is earned, tested, and proven in the fires of difficulty. Today, I want to show you why pain is not your enemy but your greatest teacher, and how to use it as the tool to build mental strength that lasts a lifetime. The first truth you must understand is simple. Pain is the teacher of mental strength. Think of a blacksmith shaping a sword. The metal is raw, fragile, and easily broken. Only through fire, hammering, and repeated pressure does it become strong, sharp, and unyielding. Your mind is no different. It cannot become resilient without testing. It cannot remain strong unless it has been challenged. Pain exposes the weak spots in your character, the areas where your patience falters, where fear dominates, and where excuses take over. Consider the experience of losing a job. At first, it feels like the ground beneath your feet has vanished. But when reflected upon, it teaches adaptability, perseverance, and the value of preparation. Heartbreak might feel unbearable at first, yet it uncovers your capacity for empathy, self-awareness, and emotional resilience. Pain forces you to look inward, question your choices, and grow. Most people avoid pain, distracting themselves with entertainment, busyness, or comfort. But in doing so, they miss life's most powerful lessons. Pain demands introspection. Pain cultivates patience. Pain strengthens character. Without it, your mind remains soft, fragile, and untested. Ask yourself, when was the last time you faced difficulty and walked away stronger? That moment, though painful, is exactly what shapes mental fortitude. Every challenge is a test. Every setback is an opportunity. Pain is the gym where your mind learns to lift the weight of life itself. Recognition alone is not enough. Awareness must be followed by action. Most people instinctively run from pain, fearing discomfort, struggle, or failure. They distract themselves with entertainment, social media, or busyness. They ignore difficult emotions, bury themselves in excuses, or rationalize avoidance. Yet this only prolongs weakness. True mental strength does not come from avoiding pain. It comes from embracing it, facing it, and learning from it. Think of an athlete preparing for a marathon. The first mile is agonizing. The muscles burn, the lungs ache, and the mind whispers, "Stop. You can't do this." Yet the athlete endures. because each step, each moment of discomfort is shaping endurance, focus, and patience. Similarly, the mind grows when it meets challenges head-on. Pain, discomfort, and struggle are the training ground for resilience. Every painful experience carries a lesson if you're willing to seek it. Instead of asking, why me? Ask, what is this teaching me? Instead of fleeing from fear, confront it. Each difficulty is an opportunity to test your strength, sharpen your focus, and cultivate mental clarity. Pain teaches you not only how to endure, but also how to respond thoughtfully, rather than react impulsively to life's trials. Pain also cultivates humility. It reminds you that life is bigger than a single failure or setback. It humbles the ego, encourages gratitude, and strengthens character. When you embrace pain, you stop running from life and begin learning from life. You begin to see that every obstacle, every discomfort, and every challenge has value. Mental strength is not the absence of suffering. It is the ability to use suffering as a tool for growth, transforming struggle into resilience, weakness into power, and fear into courage. Pain is more than just a challenge, it is a profound teacher of perspective and emotional mastery. When you endure hardship, you begin to see life differently. Setbacks that once felt overwhelming reveal themselves to be temporary, fleeting moments in the vast tapestry of your life. Failure stings, heartbreak hurts, and rejection wounds, but none of these define your ultimate worth or potential. Pain allows you to step back and understand that life moves forward regardless of individual struggles, and that resilience is cultivated through these very moments of difficulty. Pain teaches patience, empathy, and self-awareness. Someone who has faced repeated failures learns not to panic when plans unravel or expectations are unmet. Someone who has endured loss discovers the depth of gratitude for what remains, recognizing the value of relationships, the fleeting nature of life, and the need to stay grounded. Pain shapes the mind to respond thoughtfully rather than react impulsively. It cultivates the skill of pausing before acting, reflecting before speaking, and observing before judging. These lessons are the foundation of emotional control, the ability to remain calm when life feels chaotic. Mentally strong individuals understand a critical truth. Their reactions shape their reality. Pain trains you to control these reactions. It teaches you that every setback is an opportunity to grow, every disappointment a lesson in resilience. Emotional control is not something you are born with. It is built in the crucible of adversity. The storms of life teach you how to stay composed, make rational decisions, and maintain clarity when everything around you seems uncertain. Pain also cultivates gratitude in ways comfort never can. When you endure difficulty, even small joys take on a deeper meaning. Achievements that may have once seemed ordinary become victories to celebrate. Relationships once taken for granted are now cherished for the support and love they provide. Pain transforms not only your mind but also your heart. It teaches humility, balance, compassion, and patience, the pillars of true mental strength. Ultimately, pain is a teacher of perspective and emotional mastery. It reminds you that life is bigger than individual moments of suffering, that resilience grows through reflection and endurance, and that true strength is measured not by the absence of hardship, but by the wisdom and calm with which you navigate it. Finally, we arrive at a truth that few are willing to accept. Pain is not an obstacle, it is a catalyst. It is the force that propels you beyond comfort, beyond complacency, and into the realm of growth and purpose. Life often tempts us with ease, offering the illusion of safety in routine and comfort. But comfort, while seemingly harmless, breeds stagnation. When you avoid pain, you avoid opportunity. You avoid the chance to discover your inner strength, to test your limits, and to rise above the ordinary. Imagine someone who has faced repeated failures, Perhaps they applied for a dream job multiple times and were rejected each time. Or they poured their heart into a project only to see it collapse. Initially, the pain feels unbearable. It crushes, frustrates, and demoralizes. But with reflection and time, something remarkable happens. They begin to recognize resilience they never knew existed. Pain forces action. It compels them to reevaluate strategies, to improve, to adapt. Pain encourages introspection. It asks the difficult questions. What truly matters? Where should I invest my energy? What am I capable of that I have yet to discover? Pain teaches you clarity. It helps you prioritize what is meaningful and discard what is trivial. It forces you to separate the fleeting desires from the permanent values, the distractions from the essentials. Every challenge endured is a lesson in what is worth pursuing, what is worth fighting for, and what is worth letting go. Without pain, these distinctions remain blurred. Without adversity, your mind remains soft, your focus scattered, and your purpose unclear. Mentally strong individuals do not wish for a life free of suffering. They understand a profound truth. Hardship is temporary, but the growth it provides is lasting. Pain becomes a teacher, a sculptor, a forge for character. Each challenge faced, each discomfort endured, strengthens the mind, sharpens focus, and builds courage. Consider the story of an athlete preparing for a championship. The early mornings, the sore muscles, the moments of self-doubt, they are not signs of weakness. They are proof of growth, evidence that the body and mind are being shaped into something greater. Pain shapes perspective, hones values, and molds character. It teaches patience, humility, and gratitude. It forces you to reflect deeply, to ask yourself, who am I truly? What am I capable of enduring? What is the purpose I am here to fulfill? Strength is not discovered in moments of ease. It is forged in struggle, honed in adversity, and tested in fire. Consider a simple analogy. A seed lies dormant beneath the soil. It is safe, hidden, untouched. But it is only when pressure is applied of the soil above the darkness surrounding it that the seed pushes upward, grows roots, and eventually emerges as a tree. Without the resistance of the soil, the seed never realizes its potential. Pain is that soil in your life. It surrounds you, presses on you, and challenges you, but it is also what allows you to grow into your highest self. Every experience of suffering is an opportunity to develop resilience. Pain forces you to confront your limitations and expand them. It allows you to test your courage, measure your endurance, and recognize your capacity for adaptation. When life challenges you repeatedly, it is not punishing you, it is preparing you. Each trial is a rehearsal for the next level of your journey. Without it, you may remain in the same place, untested and unrefined year after year. Pain also deepens empathy and compassion. When you endure suffering, you begin to understand the struggles of others. You learn patience, kindness, and tolerance, and you are less likely to judge. Growth is not only about strength, it is about the quality of your heart, the depth of your understanding, and the richness of your relationships. Finally, pain reminds you that life is fleeting and precious. It teaches urgency without panic, diligence without obsession, and courage without recklessness. It shapes purpose by forcing you to confront mortality, to recognize the finite nature of time, and to align your actions with what truly matters. Those who have faced hardship often emerge with a sense of mission, a clarity of vision, and an unshakable determination to live intentionally. So, when you feel the weight of discomfort, remember this: pain is the fire that forges strength, the storm that tests roots, and the sculptor that chisels character. Do not fear it. Do not run from it. Embrace it. Lean into it. Reflect upon it. Learn from it. Let it guide you, shape you, and elevate you to a life of purpose, resilience, and extraordinary growth. Strength is not found in comfort, it is discovered in struggle. Purpose is not revealed in ease, it is uncovered in challenge. And mental fortitude is not achieved in the absence of pain, it is forged through it. Rise, endure, and let the pain be your teacher. Your growth, your purpose, and your strength await on the other side. Mental strength does not come from comfort. It comes from struggle, it comes from endurance, it comes from using pain as a teacher, a guide, and a forge for character. Life will test you. You will face heartbreak, loss, failure, and disappointment. But these are not signs of weakness, they are invitations to grow. Each challenge is shaping your mind, teaching resilience, and building a strength that cannot be shaken. Remember this truth. You cannot be mentally strong without pain. Pain is not your enemy. It is your teacher. It is your guide. It is the fire that tempers your mind, the storm that strengthens your roots, and the sculptor that shapes your character. Embrace it, learn from it, and rise stronger than ever. Your mind, your spirit, and your life will never be the same.